This is our 54th annual Homecraft Days and kickoff concerts. We're excited to have you all here tonight, and just a big thanks to all of our sponsors, to ProArt. Michael's going to talk here in just a moment. A special thanks to Tyler Hughes, Todd Mead, Tommy Bledsoe, Rich Kirby, especially Tyler and Todd for really helping with Homecraft Days and helping with this concert and getting our musicians. You guys have some amazing talent tonight. I'm going to turn it over to Michael. Thank you again for coming, and welcome to Mountain Empire.
Thanks. On behalf of ProArt, I just want to welcome everybody and bring greetings and thank Mountain Empire Community College for allowing us to help partner in this endeavor every year. We look forward to it and enjoy getting together with everybody and putting on a good show. We're in the middle, well, not the middle, we're in the beginning of our 49th season. We have a brochure out front there. If you're interested, we've got lots more programming coming for the rest of this year, including a few performances right here. We're going to have a Native American tribe group of people come that's going to teach traditional Native American dance from the Lakota tradition, as well as a workshop and a theater performance. And we're going to have a flamenco company come from Spain and an indigenous instruments orchestra from Argentina. So lots of different things if you're interested in those, including a New Orleans jazz band, which will be here, Tuba Skinny. So if you're interested in any of those, pick up one of our brochures out front, and if you have any questions, we'd be happy to answer them for you. And we will introduce Tyler and Todd to get things really going. Thank you.
Alrighty, well, welcome everybody to the 54th annual Homecraft Days. We're so excited to be here. We've got a great weekend of music and crafts and weather planned, so it's going to be a whole lot of fun. We got our buddies Rich and Tommy here. We're going to play a few tunes for you.
Our annual kickoff.
That's right. We're the only band that likes to practice on stage, so get ready.
All right, here's one called Georgia Road.
Giroux. Well, thank you. It's always so special to be back up here at Home Crafts Days. It's a reunion of family and friends, and we want to remember a lot of those folks that were here in the past. That tune right there came from Uncle Charlie Osborne. Uncle Charlie is Todd Mead's great-grandfather. So this Home Craft Days is about carrying on the tradition, keeping things alive, and passing it on to the next generation. So that's for Uncle Charlie.
And Rosa.
And for Rosa, yeah. For Rosa. I taught that to Rosa last week. She'll be playing. Which
It's going to be the L&N, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, we'd like to do you a song that was written by the great Gene Ritchie, the great Kentucky folk singer. And she wrote the song about life in eastern Kentucky in the coal fields. We can certainly relate to that in Wise County. It's called The L&N Don't Stop Here Anymore. When I was a curly-headed baby, sitting proud upon my daddy's knee, she said, son, you go to school and learn your letters. Don't be no dusty miner like me. I was born and raised in the mouth of Hazard Harbor, where the coal cars roaring and rumbling past my door. Now they're standing in a rusty row all empty, and the L&N don't stop here no more. I used to think my daddy was a black man, scrip enough to buy the company store. But now he goes downtown with his pockets empty, his face as white as February snow. I was born and raised in the mouth of Hazard Harbor, where the coal cars roaring and rumbling by my door. Now they're standing in a rusty row all empty, and the L&N don't stop here no more. Last night I dreamed I went down to the office to get my payday like I'd done before. Them old kudzu vines had covered up the doorway. There was trees and grass growing through the floor. I was born and raised in the mouth of Hazard Harbor, where the coal cars roaring and rumbling by my door. Now they're standing in a rusty row all empty, and the L&N don't stop here no more. Never thought I'd live to learn to love the coal dust. Never thought I'd pray to hear the tipples roar. But I wish that grass could turn to money, greenbacks fill my pockets once more. I was born and raised in the mouth of Hazard Harbor, where the coal cars roaring and rumbling by my door. Now they're standing in a rusty row all empty, and the L&N don't stop here no more.
All right, well, we'll do you one that everybody can sing along on. one of my favorite Carter family songs, and I think it's just so appropriate. The time we're living in, there's a whole lot of hurt all across this world, and I really think the only way that we'll ever get through all our troubles in this country and all the others is to come together for great events like Home Craft Days, where we can share in music and heritage and tradition and forget about all those things we like to let divide us. So this is a song with a message for this time called Keep on the Sunny Side. So please sing along with us. 1, 2, 3. There's a dark and a troubled side of life. There's a bright and a sunny side too. Though we meet with the darkness and strife, a sunny side we also may view. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day, it will brighten all our way, if we'll keep on the sunny side of life. Storm and its fury broke today, crushing hopes that we cherish so dear. Clouds and storms will in time pass away. The sun again will shine bright and clear. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day, it will brighten all our way, if we'll keep on the sunny side of life. Let us greet with a song of hope each day, though the moment be cloudy or fair. Let us trust in our Savior always, to keep us everyone in His care. Sing along. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day, it will brighten all our way, if we'll keep on the sunny side of life. Keep on the sunny side of life. Thank you.
Well, we know there's a lot of great music this weekend and tonight, and we want to thank Brandon Maggard up there. He's the one making all the magic happen up here. Always want to shout out to the sound people, Brandon and Phil. Thank you so very much. Yeah. I guess we've got time for about one more tune. Is that correct? Yeah. Before we bring out the real musicians here. The great band coming up here, Alum Ridge, going to play some great old-time and bluegrass music. And we'll be around. By the way, somebody was talking to me earlier over donuts out there about that the Carter family used to stay at their home, the Flannery folks over there at Dryden. They come down here from Michigan, and we also have our daughters came down here from Connecticut. How many other people came from out of state besides me? I mean, a bunch of you. Well, thank you for coming back to the Home Craft Days, being a part of this, and making this a wider family event. So thank you so much. Are we ready for a good fiddle tune?
Yeah.
All right. It's one of our favorites. We have just all the great fiddle players that's been here at this festival, and are still more to come. This one called Forked Deer.
Oh, sorry, Rich. Thank you all so much. Well, like everybody's already expressed, thank you all for coming. Homecraft Days is such an important festival, not only to Mountain Empire Community College, but all of Southwest Virginia, all of Central Appalachia. This is a long-standing legacy festival that showcases Appalachian craft and music and dance, and we're so glad that you're here to share it with us this weekend. We've got some great acts coming up before they head out here on stage. We want to say a special thank you to ProArt. ProArt is our local arts organization based here in Wise County, and they serve several counties across Southwest Virginia, bringing all sorts of different art forms to communities, including sponsoring this Homecraft Day show. They've been a partner with us for many, many years, so please give ProArt a big round of applause. We are so fortunate. Not everywhere in the country has dedicated folks like the staff of ProArt who are working to make sure that our residents have access to the arts. So thanks to them. Also want to let you all know that the fun doesn't have to stop tonight after the show. There is music and crafts and dance all day tomorrow and Sunday. There's lots of information out there on the website about parking and traffic, but there are shuttles that will bring you up from town. If you're like me and you don't like to fight the parking, you can just hop on a shuttle and come up tomorrow. But we look forward to having you. And we're going to get this first group out here. I was so excited to be able to get them for Homecraft Days. I've been friends with Andrew and Ashley and all these folks for several years and know just how talented they are. They've been traveling the whole world playing old time and bluegrass music, and they love the music from Southwest Virginia. And they're really a diamond in the Blue Ridge. They've taken first place at Galax. They've taken first place at Mount Airy before. Y'all are in for a real treat, so please make them welcome, the Alum Ridge Boys and Ashley.
all North Carolina alone. Thank you very much. Thank you, the East Virginia Blues. Thank you. We're going to move right along with one entitled Love is a Stranger. I live on a street of sorrow. The blues keeps knocking at my door. I live each newborn day for tomorrow, and love is a stranger to me forevermore. I changed my address, but the blues keeps hanging round. There's a new street number, but sorrow's all I found. I wake up from sweet dreams each night to find that you are gone, and love is a stranger and a memory from now on. Will this ever end? I keep on wondering. Will the stranger known as love give me a smile? Must I go through life alone pretending? Will love be a stranger until the end of time? I changed my address, but the blues keeps hanging round. There's a new street number, but sorrow's all I found. I wake up from sweet dreams each night to find that you are gone, and love is a stranger and a memory from now on. I changed my address, but the blues keeps hanging round. There's a new street number, but sorrow's all I found. I wake up from sweet dreams each night to find that you are gone, and love is a stranger and a memory from now on. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. We're gonna, well, we are the Alum Ridge Boys in Ashley, and we're real happy to be here playing for y'all this weekend at Home Craft Days. And thanks to Tyler for the lovely introduction. We've heard great things about this festival for a long time, so we're glad to finally be here. We're gonna move right along with an old-time classic here, one of the most famous old American folk songs. We're gonna get Trevor to kick it on the banjo, and we're gonna let Ashley sing this one for you. This one's entitled John Henry.
John Henry was a little baby, sitting on his papa's knee. He picked up a hammer and little piece of steel, said, "Ham's gonna be the death of me."
John Henry. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, we appreciate that very much. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you that a lot of the music you're going to hear us play this evening, we've recorded on a couple of albums. We have this band has recorded 2 Allen Ridge Boys records, and we try to do that in the old style. We like to sing and play around one microphone, just like a lot of our heroes did back in the old days, and we tried to do our best to recreate that kind of recording setup in a historic radio station in Mount Airy, North Carolina called WPAQ. And we went down there, and they were nice enough to have us back, and we've recorded 2 records in their space, and each of them have about 18, and the other one has 19 songs on it, so it's good value, folks, I'll tell you that. If nothing else. But we do have those CDs here with us tonight. I just set them up on a table out here on the left side, so I just wanted to tell you before I get too caught up in thinking about all these other songs we're going to play, that after the set, at the break, we'll run out there, and if anybody's interested, we'd be happy to talk to you about our music and send you home with a CD. All right, we're going to move along here with one of our favorites from some real local heroes from around this area, and I'm talking about the Stanley Brothers. They're some of our favorites, and we're going to do a song that's an original that they wrote, and this one's entitled, Could You Love Me One More Time? There you go. Could you love me one more time with a love that really is mine? I've waited so long, they say you've gone wrong. Have I lost you forever this time? We'll go down by the river. I'll ask you one last time. As the night breezes blow, I'll whisper so low. Could you love me one more time? Do you think that I believe this talk that's going around? I've heard lots of things that somehow seem strange, but darling, I couldn't throw you down. I know that you're my weakness. I know you'll be my downfall. I'm not sorry we've met, and I'll never forget. Though I gave you my heart, soul, and all. Thank you very much. Thank you. Stanley Brothers fans in here. All right. Well, thank you. I'm going to go ahead and start introducing the members of our band. It'll take me the rest of the set to get through them here. So I'm going to start with this feller on my right, and on your left. He's a fine fiddler, and he's a fine multi-instrumentalist and singer also. And we're going to feature him on this next number. He comes from Chattanooga, Tennessee, and we're just so glad to have him in the band. So please make him welcome on the fiddle, Mr. Connor Vlietstra.
That sounds like a good idea. All right, Andrew, thank you for the lovely introduction.
Anytime.
I may need to introduce. No, we were already introduced at the beginning. They know your name's Andrew.
Connor Vlietstra on the fiddle. That was the Polecat Blues. All right. Well, thank you, Connor. We appreciate that. Thank you all.
Maybe I can introduce you now.
If you'd like to, I suppose.
Okay, we're going to do an original song now. But I'll go ahead and introduce this guy. He's the guy who really runs this whole band and makes it possible to go around the world and around America as well.
And the rode the mule around the world.
He's a wonderful multi-instrumentalist, a singer, a songwriter, and everything. He's originally from the eastern part of North Carolina, and he now lives in Floyd County. Please make him welcome Andrew Small.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We're gonna play you a song that Ash and I wrote together here, and taking a lot of inspiration from a lot of musicians from this very region here. And so we'll just jump into it now. This is called "I'd Rather Forget." My sweetheart and I used to wander far and wide, hand in hand across the green hills of our home. But there came a day when she had to go away, and she left me here to wander all alone. I'd rather forget than live on in regret, but the vision of your face I can't unsee. Every lonely day I make my own way, and each night I'm haunted by your memory. My burning heart yearned for the day she would return. Her sweet name carried on each hopeful breath. As the seasons passed by, I could only wonder why the only one I ever loved had gone and left. I'd rather forget than live on in regret, but the vision of your face I can't unsee. Every lonely day I make my own way, and each night I'm haunted by your memory. Pretty flowers in the spring and all the birds that do sing don't keep the promise they once made to me. Now the setting of the sun just leaves me cold and numb. I live out my days on earth in misery. I'd rather forget than live on in regret, but the vision of your face I can't unsee. Every lonely day I make my own way, and each night I'm haunted by your memory. I'd rather forget than live on in regret, but the vision of your face I can't unsee. Every lonely day I make my own way, and each night I'm haunted by your memory. Each night I'm haunted by your memory. Thank you. Thank you very much. We sure appreciate that. I'm going to keep right on with the introductions here, and I'm going to introduce the person on my left and on your right. She's playing the guitar and singing for you here this evening, and she is the member of the band who comes from the farthest south. We like to tell the folks she comes from the deep south. You might have been able to tell from her accent. It's a little bit more southern than yours. I'd challenge anyone in this room. But and what I mean is, you know, you basically get down to Alabama or so and just keep going, you know, just like, I don't know, just keep going. It's another couple thousand miles or so, and then you hang a right somewhere down there. And then you just keep going. And eventually you'll hit this island. It's pretty big. You can't miss it. It's called Australia. Anyhow, so she comes from a place called New South Wales, Australia, and now makes her home over here in Floyd County, Virginia. She's a fine multi-instrumentalist and singer. We're going to feature her on the next number. So please make her welcome, Miss Ashley Watkins.
Thank you. I'm going to sing a song that I learned from a recording of Melissa Monroe. That's Bill Monroe's daughter. She made some great recordings when she was about 14. We'll do this one. It's called I'm Waiting Just for You. You had to leave me all by myself, dear, and now I'm crying the whole night through. But I'll be telling everybody I'm waiting just for you. Your friends are trying so hard to tempt me. No need in trying, 'cause I'll be true. And darling, you don't have to worry, 'cause no one else will do. I know this waiting can drive me crazy. Don't mind this waiting, it's nothing new. But I'll be telling everybody I'm waiting just for you. Maybe a long time before I see you, so we can do what we used to do. But I'll be telling everybody I'm waiting just for you. Maybe a long time before I see you, so we can do what we used to do. But I'll be telling everybody I'm waiting just for you.
Ashley Watkins there. Okay. Well, thank you very much. Thank you. All right. Well, I'm going to let Trevor get in tune here and kind of feature him. But I'm not going to fully introduce him yet because we're really going to feature him after this next song. So I'll kind of hold off for that. But oh yeah, okay, all right. I'll introduce somebody else in the band here. So let me go ahead and introduce back here on the bass. He's sometimes we introduce him last, but he's certainly not least, and he's not even last tonight. So this is great. We're moving up in the world. He also is a fine multi-instrumentalist. Plays pretty much everything. Just a fantastic musician and one of my very favorite bass players to play music with. So you've heard him walking all around on a lot of these songs, so you know a little bit about what he can do on that thing. So anyhow, please give him a big hand back there on the bass, Mr. Austin Janey. All right, we're going to get Trevor here to lead this next song, which is one that we picked up from a recording of Jim and Jesse, who are big heroes of ours as well, if you couldn't tell from some of our music so far, but we're big fans of that. And this is a song they recorded and entitled Tell Her Lies and Feed Her Candy.
You can pet your roots, she'll strut her stuff if you tell her lies and feed her candy. Tell her lies and feed her candy. Oh my, if the apple of your eye don't think you're real Jim Dandy, take my advice and put it on ice, boys. Tell her lies and feed her candy. Tell her lies and feed her candy. Tell her lies and feed her candy. Tell her lies and feed her candy.
Thank you, thank you. Tell her lies and feed her candy. All right. Well, now I am going to go ahead and properly introduce Trevor here. You've heard him picking up a storm on that banjo, and he is one of our very favorite musicians to play with, one of the finest banjo pickers you're going to hear around these parts or just about anywhere. And also, again, a fine multi-instrumentalist. You ought to hear him play the steel guitar. He's been working hard at that, and it sounds as good as you might expect. So, just another fine multi-instrumentalist and singer. He makes his home in Ringgold, Georgia, in the northern part of the state. That's where he comes from. And we're going to set him loose on this next one. This is well, he's going to play some kind of banjo tune. I'm not sure which tune he's going to play, so we're going to find out here. But please make him welcome on the banjo, Mr. Trevor Holder.
Starts on the F. Ready, home, sweet
Home, sweet home. Trevor Holder. Home Sweet Home Craft Days. All right. Well, okay. Yeah, we're gonna, we've already actually snuck a Carter family song in here for you, but we're gonna sneak another one in here right now, a little less subtly. So, this is one that, in fact, not subtle at all. I'm telling you right here, we're big fans of the Carter family and really all this music from this region. Truthfully, it's why Ashley and I ended up in this place. We just find so much. There's continuous inspiration to be had from all the great musicians that have lived and currently still live in this region and play all this great old-time mountain music. We just love it. So we're going to do one now that I first heard from the Lilly Brothers, actually, and then and they got it by way of the Carter family. This one's called "Are You Tired of Me, Darling?" together met when we spoke with warm affection. Words my heart can never forget. Tell me, could you live life over? Would you make it otherwise? Are you tired of me, my darling? Answer only with your eyes. Do you think the blooms departed from these cheeks you once thought fair? Do you think I've grown cold-hearted with the passing of the years? Tell me, could you live life over? Would you make it otherwise? Are you tired of me, my darling? Answer only with your eyes. Thank you. Thank you very much. Are you tired of me, darling? I appreciate it. Thankfully, I actually can't see any of your eyes, so I don't know what you're trying to tell me, and we'll just keep it that way for now, and we'll talk about it later. But no, we're having a great time playing for y'all. We're sure enjoying this. We're going to move along into a new key area right here and sing you. Well, I don't know if this one quite falls into the gospel category, but it's gospel adjacent or something. No, not gospel. Okay, more in the category of the old home place type of songs. Then it's the nostalgia. This one. So Ash and I are gonna sing this one for you, and it's entitled "There's an Open Door." My roaming is over, I'm going back home to loved ones I left long ago. Dear mother and daddy are waiting there yet, and they'll welcome their boy, I know. There's an open door that's waiting tonight, and a beckoning light I can see. I'm happy to know as homeward I go, there's an open door waiting for me. They've waited and waited for many long years, while out in the world I did roam. Many a heartache I've caused them, I know, but they'll welcome their boy back home. There's an open door that's waiting tonight, and a beckoning light I can see. I'm happy to know as homeward I go, there's an open door waiting for me. When troubles and sorrows have ended on earth, and I shall see heaven so fair, there's nothing to hinder, I've nothing to fear. There's an open door waiting there. There's an open door that's waiting tonight, and a beckoning light I can see. I'm happy to know as homeward I go, there's an open door waiting for me. Thank you. Open door. Bit of a prodigal son story, I suppose, that one. Well, we're gonna. Oh yeah, that's right. We're gonna feature me on this next one, and it's about darn time, I reckon. I've been waiting for this the whole show. We're gonna play one of my favorite instrumentals that comes from one of my favorite mandolin players, and that's Jesse McReynolds from just over the mountain here. And I just love how he didn't really, want to do anything exactly like anybody else. He wanted to sort of forge his own path and find his own sound on the instrument, and I think this tune is a nice example of that. So it's one of his originals, and it's called Border Ride. Thank you. Border Ride. Thank you very much. Well, we sure appreciate it. We've got just about 2 more songs on the set for you, and that brings us into the gospel portion of the set here. And we're going to do a trio for you that we've worked up with Trevor here. And this is one entitled, He Can Save Your Soul. Young and old, wherever you may be, you may ask this question, can Jesus save me? Well, I'm here to tell you now, He can and He will, if you'll only put your trust in Him. He can and He will save your soul from the burning fire, if you'll only put your trust in Him. Open up your Bible so you can read the words of our Savior. He'll set your soul free. Well, I'm here to tell you now, He can and He will, if you'll only put your trust in Him. He can and He will you very much. Thank you. Well, that brings us to the last song of the set here, and we're going to change things up just a little bit for the last song. Switch around instruments. We're going to play some good old-time music. And we're going to feature Connor on this one as well. Connor's going to sing this song for you. And also, as if one banjo wasn't enough, we just happened to bring another one here. So this was an old-time classic entitled "Let Me Fall."
Got the special intro worked out on this one?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good to hear.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Everyone ready?
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much, folks. We're the Allen Ridge Boys in Ashley. We'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, great show. How about it one more time for the Allen Ridge Boys in Ashley? We are going to take a very quick intermission, 10 minutes, so everybody needs to be back in their seats by 7:25. We've got one more act. Thank you all so much. We'll take a quick intermission.
All righty, we're going to get started here in just a second. So if you want to make your way back to your seats there, okay? Thank you. All righty, are y'all ready to get going again? Yeah, boy. Okay, so you all are in for a treat, trust me. But before I bring the band down here, I want to mention that this quilt back here was donated by Beach, not donated, but lent to us by Beach for its Suella Boatwright Wells' quilt. So I know most of y'all remember her, and we sure can't have Home Craft Days without talking about Suella. So just wanted to mention that real quick. Again, thank you all so much for coming tonight. Like I said, you're going to be kind of blown away if you haven't seen the Jeff Little Trio coming up here. I have some great memories of seeing them at the Carter Fold. And Jeanette back behind Jeff just grinning ear to ear. So you're gonna be wowed. Jeff is a member was inducted into the Bluegrass Music Hall of Fame. So he is... they're legit, trust me. So if you all will make them welcome, give a big round of applause for the Jeff Little Trio.
Well, thank y'all so much. It's great to be back. We haven't been here probably in several years. I think quite a long time, but it's glad to be back at the Goodloe Center here and for Home Craft Days. If you haven't heard us before, my name's Jeff Little. I'm a piano player originally from Boone, North Carolina, across the mountain over there, and grew up playing all sorts of traditional music on a piano, and that's kind of what we're going to do tonight. And wherever we travel, the first thing I like to do is introduce the trio to you. Right here in the center, he's one of the finest acoustic guitar players you'll hear anywhere, and a two-time national champion on the five-string banjo. That's Mr. Steve Lewis right there in the center, y'all.
Thank you.
And over on the mandolin, he's been picking with us several years now, and he's turning into a really fine mandolin player, and he also happens to be my son. That's Mr. Luke Little on the mandolin over there, y'all. So we always start out with a little instrumental to warm up. Let's go, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank y'all. Well, thank you so much. Well, I mentioned being from over in the Blue Ridge Mountains of North Carolina, and ended up playing with a lot of musicians growing up over there, and I started playing fiddle tunes on the piano, which was somewhat unusual. So I'm going to do a really famous bluegrass fiddle song for you here on the piano, but it's really a famous, one of the most famous, I guess, bluegrass fiddle songs, but you don't hear it too often on the piano. This one's called the Orange Blossom Special. Thank you. I appreciate the confidence. Thank you. Those are just a few Ray Charles licks to get a little warmed up. Thank y'all. Ah, Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I say. Shady Grove, my little love, bound to go away. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I say. Shady Grove, my little love, bound to go away. roses in the summertime, apples in the fall. If I can't have the girl I love, I'll have no one at all. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I say. Shady Grove, my little love, bound to go away. Used to have an old banjo, the strings are made of twine. The only song that it would play was Trouble on My Mind. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I say. Shady Grove, my little love, bound to go away. Ah, Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I say. Shady Grove, my little love, bound to go away. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I say. Shady Grove, my little love, bound to go away. Oh, thank y'all. Well, I'd like to feature Steve and Luke on a tune right here, and I always like to put as much pressure on them as possible at the very beginning of the show. It's just really important to me. And so this is kind of a difficult song. I mentioned Steve is a two-time national champion on the five-string banjo. They have those contests out in Winfield, Kansas, and all the great players all over the world, and Steve go to go to compete, and they compete on banjo and fiddle and mandolin and all those things. And so many years ago, Steve went out and entered the five-string banjo contest for the national championship, and he won that. And what's interesting about that is if you win the first time, you have to sit out for 5 years. So Steve sat out for 5 years, and the very next time he was eligible, he won a second national championship on the five-string banjo, which is pretty cool. And
Thank you.
so I don't know, that's really awesome and everything, but like that's not good enough. A few years back, he goes out and enters the national championship on flat-picking acoustic guitar, and guess what? He won the national championship on that as well, which is pretty cool. And
Thank you.
but I tell you why I like to tell this story is because of this, because I don't know where I was, but I get a text from Steve. He said, guess what, man? I just won the guitar championship out in Winfield. So I texted him back and I said, congratulations, man, that is awesome. And then in parentheses, I put, by the way, this gig still pays the same. Just want to make sure we had that squared away before we went any further. But nevertheless, this is a David Grisman song, who's a great mandolin player, and this is really a difficult song. I really love to hear these guys play this. You can tell how difficult the song is because it's entitled Opus 38. Steve Lewis and Luke Little there, y'all.
Thank you.
Kind of gets you right here, doesn't it? This is like a real little Memphis groove right here. Steve and Luke might know what this song is, maybe. One of my favorite things about playing on the road with them is we don't have a set list. So they won't know what we're doing until I start singing, so I like that song. As soon as I think of something to sing right here. I hear that train a-coming, rolling round the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. Well, I'm stuck in Folsom Prison. Time keeps dragging on. And that train keeps rolling on down to San Antone. I'll pick one, Wichita. Mama told me, son, always be a good boy. You don't ever play with guns. But I'm the man in Reno, just to watch him die. And I hear that lonesome whistle, I hang my head and I cry. You want to try one, Luke? People eating in those fancy dining cars, probably drinking coffee and smoking fine cigars. But I know I had it coming. No, I can't be free. And I hear that lonesome whistle, and that the tortures me. I'll take it here, boys. Take it home, Steve.
1, 2, 3.
Thank y'all. We're getting ready to do a tune here that's an old swing tune, and one of the great blessings I had ever since I was a kid and up to playing shows later on, I had the great opportunity to play with a guitarist named Doc Watson. And Doc and I played many shows together. As a matter of fact, one of his later performances before he passed away was right here at the Goodloe Center. And Doc and I and his son Richard at the time, his grandson Richard, came and played a show here, and I'll never forget that night. It was a really special night for us. And I always tell these little stories about Doc that was interesting. You know, as great a guitarist as he was, people don't realize he went on to win 7 Grammy Awards and 1 Lifetime Achievement Grammy Award. And but he was always so humble. We'd be backstage, and he'd say, Jeff, when they introduce me, make sure they do not say the great Doc Watson. Just say Doc Watson. He didn't want it to be any other way. And then one of the other things I always thought was interesting, I just like to tell things that pop in my head sometimes, but Doc always wore these cowboy shirts with the snaps on them. And I still do that. I like wearing these shirts. And I asked Doc, Doc was blind, and I asked him, why do you always wear those shirts? I said, I just really like these shirts. He said, another reason is when I get paid and I get my check, I can snap my button and I know what's in there. So he's pretty practical about that. And I said, well, that's good. And then I said, well, that's great. I'm going to start doing that too, Doc. I'm going to put my check right there. And he said, you know something else, son? He said, if I get paid before the show, I just play a little bit better. That's what he said too. So, but anyhow, he was also always so generous with his music all the time. And we'd have these big jam sessions on stage, like at these festivals and stuff. And this is one of those tunes that Doc always liked to pick. Key of F there, guys. Thank y'all. Well, we'd like to slow it down for a minute, mostly because I need the rest right now. But no matter where we play, every set we play, we always like to include a gospel song or hymn. It's just our way of saying thank you for this great blessing to get to go out and play music and come to wonderful events like Home Craft Days here. And so I was trying to think of some songs By the way, I go to a small church out in the country, and for many years we had the same piano player, and she played. She did a great job at our church, and come to find out a few years ago she wasn't able to play too much anymore, and they said, Jeff, when you're not on the road, could you come in and maybe play on Sunday morning when you're there? I said, well, I'll be glad to. And then they asked me something really interesting. They said, can you read music? Of course, I told them not enough to hurt my playing. So once we got past that part, I said, as long as you don't mind singing the 40 top hymns of all time, I've got you covered, because I know all those. So I'll be in there, and I'll still put a hymn book up there. They'll say, why do you have the hymn book? I said, well, I have to remember how many verses it is so I'll know when to stop. It's pretty important. But I was trying to think of melodies you haven't heard. I think this melody is actually probably thousands of years old, but it's a beautiful old hymn that you don't hear too much anymore. It's on one of our CDs we have here with us tonight. It's our version of a tune called Be Thou My Vision. Thank y'all so much. Thank you. We're getting ready to do a little bluegrass tune here, which I know is kind of like you don't want to put the word bluegrass and piano together because it's really not a bluegrass instrument, but it is an instrument that was used in old time back in the day and things like that. But we're going to do a Bill Monroe song right here because it's really important that we do this song because this goes out to all the many people out there that when you were driving to the show tonight, you were thinking to yourself, man, if I don't get to hear anything else, I sure hope I get to hear some Bill Monroe on a piano. So for all those hundreds of people out there, this is for y'all right here. This little tune called Big Mon. Thank y'all. That was some pretty fine playing right there, guys. Well, I think it's time we have Steve get out the 5-string. What y'all think? Let's do that. Let's get that banjo out. And wherever we travel, I like to tell them a little bit like what it was like growing up where I did around the northwest corner of North Carolina, this very southwestern corner. Well, not the very southwestern corner, but the very south part of there. A lot of my family's from Ashe County, North Carolina, and Grayson County, Virginia, around Independence and West Jefferson over there. And so growing up in those mountains, I was around all sorts of music, played a lot with Wayne Henderson, played a lot with Doc. But I like to tell folks about, still play with Wayne. We're actually going with Wayne to the National Folk Festival, the trio is, here in a few weeks. But I like to tell folks what it was like growing up there. Let me ask everybody out there, does anybody still have a vegetable garden here? Does anybody still do that? Anybody still? Oh, there you go. Does anybody do any canning? I mean, ball jars, you got the whole thing? That's awesome, man, because I remember when I grew up in that area, both my grandparents had enough green beans in the basement to last about 20 years. You know, they were prepared. It stayed cool. They kept everything down in the basement. And so everybody was so prepared for everything. They had all that canned up for the whole winter and everything. But that brings me to my story. My parents were telling me back in 1960 was a terrible year at that time for snow and everything. And I think they had 4 or 5 weeks of snow, and it got very deep. And they got worried about livestock, and they had to figure out how to feed livestock, get to people. And come to find out, there was this one elderly lady that lived up on top of one of the mountains there, and nobody had heard from her from a couple weeks. And they got very concerned about her, so they decided to fly in the American Red Cross. So they flew in the American Red Cross. They landed this helicopter. They walked about a half mile to get to her house, and they actually had to shovel a couple of feet of snow off her front porch to get the screen door open because she hadn't been outside. They knocked on the door, and nobody came to the door. So they knocked on the door again. She finally came to the door, and they said, "Ma'am, we're from the American Red Cross." And she said, "Well, I'm sorry, honey. I just can't give anything this year. It's been a pretty bad winter." Thank you. I'll take that. That's actually a true story, I think, Steve, over there around Independence somewhere, I think. So if we have a 2-time national champion, I think we ought to hear some Earl Scruggs. How about y'all? Let's do it, Steve. Steve Lewis on the 5-string there. That's some good picking, Steve. Well, now's your chance to sing in Homecraft Days. Y'all ready? Good. Hear that, Steve? We're ready. So, everywhere we go, we always like to include a couple of Carter family songs, which I think is really cool. They're not only such an influence on country and bluegrass music, but all American music. And so we're going to do a couple of tunes that they used to do. And if y'all don't mind helping us sing these, that would be great. By the way, folks ask us all the time, we are pretty busy playing. We love going out and playing music, and you know, we'd love to come play at your festival, your theater. We go all over. We'll be in Mississippi later in the year and everywhere. And the greatest thing about it is if you'll just get in touch with us, we're not near as expensive as we look.
right.
So just, I don't know why they find that so funny, Steve. I don't get that. All right, so you guys help us right here, all right? If you know these. Well, I was standing by my window on a cold and cloudy day when I saw that hearse rolling, oh, to carry my mother away. Y'all singing now. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? I hear you. There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Pick one, Steve. I said, listen, undertaker, would you please drive slow for that body that you're carrying? Oh, I hate to see her go. Y'all singing now. Will this... I hear you. Better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Y'all sound great. Let's try another one right here. Let's stay right in that G chord and pick up the tempo, guys. Did y'all see how we did that? That's because we're professionals. Thank you. Y'all help us now. Well, one glad morning when this life is over, I'll fly away to a land on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away. Y'all sing it now. Amen. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. Well, just a few more weary days and then I'll fly away to a land where joys can never end. I'll fly away. Sing it, y'all. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. That was great singing, y'all. That was awesome. So, well, being a piano player, every now and then back in the day, I was asked to do like some Jerry Lee Lewis or Fats Domino, and I really don't know any. Thank y'all so much. That's all I know. All right, let's try one verse. Y'all help me sing it. Anybody never heard this song before? I know, like, Luke's only heard it on a TV show. That's all he's ever. Let's try it. Here we go, y'all. Let's try it. I found. Yeah. On Blueberry Hill. On Blueberry Hill. When I found you, the moon stood still. On Blueberry Hill, it lingered until our dreams came true. Should we try the bridge or not? Here we go. Whoa, the wind and the... Y'all are awesome. Love's sweet melody. But all of those vows we made were never to be. Though we're apart, you're part of me still. For you were my thrill. Y'all take it home now. Well, your friends are going to be so impressed after you leave the concert tonight, telling them, man, I went to this show and it was great. I heard Fats Domino on a 5-string banjo. They're going to be so impressed by that when you go tell them, everybody.
And then tell them y'all sang here.
That's right. That was great singing. We got time for a couple more songs tonight. Steve and I have done this for a long time, and one of the things that's very important to us is we like to keep our sets pretty short because, you know, when you're in show business, it's pretty important to quit playing before people start leaving. It makes you feel a lot better about yourself.
Pretty big deal.
And yeah, it's just very important to us. So we're going to do a couple more tunes here. First one we're going to do is, I'm going to do an original tune here. This is an instrumental that I wrote several years ago. And I decided to entitle it of a little community that a lot of my family's from. It's actually Grassy Creek, North Carolina, and Virginia. This is on the Made in the Blue Ridge CD. By the way, anybody got a truck old enough that still has a CD player? 4 people. Luke, you can sell 4 CDs tonight. That's good. So my truck's old enough. It's all good. But I wrote this music, and I thought that'd make a great title. So here's an instrumental original tune called Grassy Creek. John here. Well, thank y'all so much. We've had a wonderful time being here tonight. A few folks I want to thank. First of all, I'd like to thank Brandon for the wonderful sound tonight. Thank you so much for that. So much. Also, I want to thank ProArt Virginia, Mountain Empire Community College, Homecraft Days for having us back. We were trying to thank y'all. Yeah, let's thank them, all the volunteers, everybody.
Thank you.
It's been a while since we've been here, and we love this room. It's great to be back here, and so we appreciate y'all having us. And I did want to mention one thing. We do have some merchandise here tonight. We've got some Made in the Blue Ridge t-shirts out there right outside the door, and we have some CDs for the 4 people that had a truck old enough, and you can stop by. And what's amazing is it's easy to find the table because our merch person has an amazing resemblance to Luke. So if you see someone out there that looks like Luke, that's a good place to stop right there. And it's really important that he sells merch right now because him and his wife Kenzie had their first child about 9 months ago, a little girl named Kenzie. Elsie, I'm sorry, yep.
My wife's name's Kenzie.
Right.
Her name's Elsie. Yeah, anything helps. Goes to my needy children's fund. We're almost up to 16 socks, so if we can get to 20 by the end of the year, that'd be pretty cool.
So that's good. And Steve, why don't you let them know about our new CD guarantee
We do have a
going on.
guarantee with our CDs. If you buy a CD from us, and for any reason whatsoever, you just do not like the CD, it doesn't matter the reason, you just plain don't like it. What you can do, if you will send that back to us, we will send you a CD that we don't like. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
Guaranteed.
Appreciate that. So anyhow, we've had a wonderful time. You can find out where we're playing. The website's jefflittle.net. We're winding down this year. We've just got a few more shows, but probably in the next 30 days, we'll be putting up our whole 2026 calendar on there so you can come see us. We'd love to see you at a show sometime. I did want to mention Virginia Public Television, where they're going to be broadcasting our last concert from Song of the Mountains. I think it's like November the 8th. It's the trio with Wayne Henderson. So if you have public television, you can find us on there sometime as well. So we've had a great time being here tonight. Enjoy the festival the next couple days and come see us when you can. Thank y'all for having us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank y'all so much. We've had a wonderful
Thank you,
time.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
One more time for the Jeff Little Trio. Well, thank you all so much for coming out tonight. The music kicks off tomorrow morning. We hope to see y'all all weekend. Please be safe going home and visit the merchandise tables outside. Thank you all again.